Morning folks, today I'm going to show you how we turned an old chicken coop into a storage building. It was quite a project, what isn't? So anyway, I'll show that to you here in a minute. It was the last 20 years or maybe even more, it's been used as a chicken coop, but we didn't need this as a chicken coop. I have since built another one over here. You can probably hear our roosters. Anyway, if you want to see, what we did and how we did it, stay tuned. And also, I'd like to know you have two channels. This is Us Today and Kansas, What's Not to Love. On those two channels, you're going to find a variety of videos. One of them would be abandoned houses, nature videos where we go look at deer and, just all kinds of things. So if you would like to subscribe to both, you're going to get a variety of stuff to watch. Thanks for tuning in today. Let's get started. March 24 of 25. Today is the first day for this chicken coop mess. Now we're still not sure, and I'm gonna have to do some cleanup, some inspections, and then some evaluation. But I'm still not sure whether to turn this into a chicken coop or to turn that into a chicken coop and use this for storage. But in order to use it for storage, I'm definitely gonna have to put a new roof on it. I've got to take out all of this mess. I was ripping off that board and something fairly large poked its head. This kind of explains why this building is falling down. It was built February 26th of 1927 by someone with the initials HHD. What I find out after doing some major cleaning in here is you can probably see this gap between the floor and the wall. Well, what's happening is the wall is moving, tilting outwards away from the building, and a part of that reason is because this is cracked along here all the way. So what I did was go in here and vacuum. Of course, it was full of everything you can think of. did a lot of vacuuming to pull all of that out of there, and then I will attempt to, and this probably will create some issues. I'm going to get the tractor and see if I can bump up against that wall and find out whether it will straighten any. If it will come back to a fairly close, or at least closest gap, then I'll decide what to do after that. If not, I'm going to have to go to plan B, and I don't even know what plan B is yet. Since I couldn't come up with a plan B, I just worked really hard at plan A, and I was able to close this gap. It seems like maybe I did break the footing, but I was able to get it back where it belonged for the most part. And then what I'll do here is run a 2x4, like on this one here. I'll run a 2x4 on the width part and go all the way down to the floor, and it'll keep the wall from sliding back off the concrete. This is the second day. I probably have about maybe 6 hours in this building now, but today is going to be spent cleaning up the significant mess that's already gotten out of hand. Anyway, to make it into a woodshed, you know, I want to be able to store lumber and, you know, all kinds of other things in here. I had to come in here and stabilize. This wall was falling apart and falling off the concrete. The concrete's rolling. And so I had to come in here and put these in, which go all the way to the ceiling. I installed 3 of them, and basically what it's doing here is keeping the wall from sliding off of the foundation. Same style of wood that we put on our house, however, this is 4x8 sheets instead of strips. Anyway, you can see up here what I'm having to do. I didn't like this gap. That's 36 inches between the boards, and that's way too much, so I'm putting a board in between every one of those. We're calling this the storage building, and probably what I'm going to do here is put some sort of door system on here. It probably can't be a sliding door because eventually I want to do a carport thing over here. You know how plans and actual outcome differs, but I had to clean up this entire mess. This tree is one thorny, sharp killer. I don't even know what it is, but I had cut it almost down completely last summer to make room out here. Took out 2 windows, and then of course I painted it. Well, folks, that's pretty much it. I would not call this a quality project, but it is sufficient to suffice until we can do something better. As you can tell here, I am running an electrical line out to that nice building out there, and but it's got no power, so that's going to be an additional workshop, mostly probably mechanics, and then I will be adding on to it out off the side as an additional thing. But again, as I've mentioned before, it's all about time and money. Have a good one. Come back and see us.